Give me the next 21 minutes and I'm going to give you the only productivity system that you actually need as a coach. So let me start this one with a confession. And there was a long stretch where I was insanely busy. I had my two gyms, I had an online business, I had my mentoring business, I was coaching, 100 plus athletes, and I was doing the early starts, the late nights, messages were coming in, content's going out. I'm always working. And yet my bank account wasn't moving at all. And that's because I wasn't going forward, I wasn't going backwards, I was just stuck. And for a long time, I told myself the same lie most coaches tell themselves. I just need more time. I just need to be more productive. I just need to work harder. My question to you is, how far has that got you so far? The truth I had to face, I didn't have a productivity problem. I had what's called a money work problem. Most coaches don't need more hours. They need 60 to 90 minutes of honest work per day, where the only thing they work on are the things that actually move their business forward and their revenue. And that's what this episode is about. If you're an online coach, PT, or gym owner, if you're working hard but stuck somewhere between 3 and 20 grand a month, if your days feel full but the important stuff keeps getting pushed behind, this episode is going to give you a simple, brutal, honest system to go from always busy to actually growing. Let's get stuck in. All right, so first thing we need to clear up is the language, okay? Because most coaches are confusing activity with progress. You're thinking you're busy, but you're actually not doing the things that matter. And so let me define this clearly. Money work is the time you spend on actions that directly move your business forward in the next 30 to 90 days. If you watch my previous episodes on the money models, the offers, and your avatar, you'll find that if you're not doing stuff that aligns with that, that's why your business is not moving forward. And this is going to clear that up for you. So money work falls into 4 buckets, and I guarantee most coaches are not doing enough of this. Number 1 is leads, starting and advancing conversations. Who is in your leads list today that you can go and change your life by reaching out to and making a conversation with? Sales, booking consults, running consults, and following up. Offers, improving what you sell, improving how you present it, clarifying your promise. Lifetime customer value, okay, so check-ins, client saves, upgrades, and retention. If what you're doing doesn't live in one of those 4 buckets, it's not money work. It's not programming. It's not client one-to-one PT sessions. It's not, check-ins and stuff like that. If it's not in one of those 4 buckets, it does not move your business forward. Now, let me be very clear about what doesn't count. Admin doesn't count. Rebuilding your logo doesn't count. Reorganizing your programming doesn't count. Coaching clients doesn't count. Watching another course, upskilling, that does not count either. Binge learning does not count. And I promise you, that is something that took me a long, long time to learn. There's a point where you learn enough where if you continue to learn, you actually get diminishing returns because you're not able to clearly articulate. You're not able to show people through the money work that what you're actually learning is going to be valuable to them. So that's an important thing to understand. The number 1 rule for this, here's a rule I want to burn into you. If it doesn't increase leads, sales, or client value in the next 30 to 90 days, it's not money work, okay? Simple, it's uncomfortable, but it's also very, very true. Now we're going to show you to slow this down and how to coach this properly, okay? I want you to answer these questions honestly, not in your head. Actually pause and answer them. Take out a piece of paper. This comes directly from my high-performance coaching framework, what I've worked with people who are starting their business, growing their business, having massive breakthroughs. This is something that always gets them unstuck. The first question is, where are you not being productive right now? Okay, what keeps getting delayed? Leads, sales, lifetime value, upgrading your offers. What keeps getting dragged out? Oh, I should have posted that content. I should have sent that email. Okay. What do you keep saying you'll get to later? I should have put that ad up. I should have reached out to those leads. I should have followed up that person. What do you keep saying you'll get to later after you finish your course, after you've learned more, after you've done X, Y, Z? The next question is, what are you doing that looks like work, but never shows up in your Stripe account or in your bank account? Be honest, okay? So scrolling, tweaking, adjusting programs, planning, Perfecting. Now I want you to pick one thing and just think about what is the one thing that is stopping you from actually moving forward. Where are you procrastinating? Okay, not everything, just one. Now I want you to think about this is pick one of these of where you could swap what you're currently doing for these. Outreach, follow-ups, content that's going to get clients, or booking calls. One of those things is going to be your leaks, okay? Most coaches don't fail because they're bad at everything. They fail because one leak is starving the entire system. If you were to think about this right now, okay, from very, very simple, do you have enough clients? If not, okay, are you getting enough booked calls or consultations each week? Cool. If not, are you getting enough leads every single week to get those consultations? If not, are you doing enough content? Are you doing enough ads? Are you doing enough outreach? It works like that. If you have enough clients, then you have to work on your systems. Cool. If you don't have enough clients, you have to get enough consultations to get clients. If you don't have enough consultations, you have to get leads. If you don't have enough leads, you have to do content and outreach to create these leads, okay? Whatever one is the hole in your bucket, you must fix that first, and that's what you should start with every single day. Now, another thing with this is I want you to think about the last time you truly felt locked in, okay? Not busy, locked in, 100% locked in. What were you working on? Did you have a special project? Was there something you were fired up about? Were you training really well? Was nutrition on? Was your sleep on? What time of the day did you find that when you were making sales calls, content, or doing your money work that you were just on? Is it early in the morning? Is it late at night? Is it during the day? Is it straight after training? When do you feel at your absolute best so that you've got the highest energy so that you can reach out to these people? Where were you physically? Okay, were you training hard? Were you in really good shape, or were you slobby and basically out of shape? Here's the reframe I need you to hear. Okay, because you do not need to become more productive. You need to return to the state when you're already at your best. Quite often, the simple thing is, think about the last time you were most productive. What were you doing? What's changed now? What standards have dropped? Where are you not allowing yourself to live up to that or accept that state so you can create that momentum? Productivity isn't a personality trait, it's a condition. It's a set of standards. It's an environment, okay? And these conditions can be recreated. All you have to do is think about, when was I last locked in? What was I working on? What were the things that were getting me fired up? Why did I have so much energy? What was I doing in my nutrition? Okay? Now we need to reset that standard. Once you've identified the standard, you need to reset it. The last question in this section is the one that matters, okay? What standard have you quietly lowered? What behavior are you allowing now that the past you would not tolerate, okay? Maybe you got to the point where you do have quite a lot of clients, and you found that the way you got those clients was through hustle, through hard work, and you're just I just don't want to work like that anymore. But the standard that you used to have, you're like, look, I'm out there, I'm hungry, let's get it, let's work on this. Maybe you're finding in terms of your lifetime customer value, you're not putting the same attention you were into your clients. Maybe with your content, you found that you're not hitting it as well as you used to, so you're like, I can't be bothered with this stuff, I'll just get stuff up. When you understand that your results are a factor or a reflection of the standards that you hold for the actions you take, you will find that the behaviors you're allowing now is the reason why you have the results that you have right now, okay? If your standards went back to your best, what would stop today? Okay, would it be that you don't skip workouts? Would it be that you don't skip nutrition? You pick up that phone, you do your money work every single day. You go out there, you speak to clients on the floor, you go and help people, you run seminars, you run workshops, you go back and you fall in love with the art of coaching, okay? And you got to ask yourself that today. What is the one thing I would stop? What is the standard I'm no longer going to tolerate? And what can I raise to bring back my best self? I want you to define from that one weekly non-negotiable, okay? For example, that could be every single morning before I have my first client, I'm going to do XYZ outreach. I'm going to post my content. I'm going to reply back to the people that have reached out to me. I'm going to make sure I book someone in for the rest of the week. I'm going to think about how I can serve my clients even better, okay? Pick one example of a piece of money work that you're going to commit to every single week as a non-negotiable. That could be 3 money work blocks per week, 3 60 to 90 money work blocks, and I'll show you exactly how to do this. It could be that you're not going to do any training before money work because those 2-3 hour sessions you're doing is you procrastinating, putting off, you're actually growing your business. Okay, so let's look at this. I want you to write it down, draw a line in the sand, because that line, you cross it and you continuously work on it, you'll find that you are actually growing your business rather than procrastinating. So let's look at how this actually works in terms of execution. I like to use something called a Pomodoro timer. Okay, Pomodoro timer is a little tool. You can go to Pomo focus.io, and it's a little 25-minute timer. And I like to use it because, let's be honest, most coaches are ADHD, me, myself included, and what happens is we start a task, we get distracted, like, oh shit, I should work on that program, oh, I should check on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. But if we use the Pomodoro timer and we work consistently on one task for 25 minutes, what you'll find is that you execute a lot better, and you find that you start to build momentum and you actually get more work complete rather than just starting stuff and not finishing it. So what this looks like is this gives you extreme clarity on what you're going to execute, and it's going to give you a simple set of rules that allows you to execute the most important money work tasks for the day. What that looks like is 25 minutes, one task only. Take your phone, turn it upside down, turn it on silent, you work on that one thing, absolutely no interruptions, and that's it. The crazy thing is like 1 hour a day of uninterrupted money work will get you ahead of 99% of coaches out there. Okay, I know this because 99% of coaches who haven't been through our program, who haven't built a solid business, you always look at their calendar, and this might be once a month. They're doing an hour on their marketing, once a week. But if you do this every single day, within 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you'll be ahead of 99% of the industry, I guarantee it. Okay, and so you don't need 6-hour marathons of work. You don't need motivation. You just need clean reps, okay? Short, focused, repeatable blocks. And this will beat, the weekend binge on working on your business. These blocks in particular, these 25-minute Pomodoro money blocks, are only for money work, okay? Not delivery, not programming, not check-ins, unless they're leading to a referral or something like that in terms of lifetime customer value. For most coaches, this is 1 to 3 blocks a day, okay? 3 lots of 25 minutes. 75 minutes out of the 8 hours you work a day, that's all it is. Just think of your work like an 8-hour day, okay? You might coach somewhere between 4 to 6 hours a day. If you're doing any more than that, you need to watch our money model episode, because you're either undercharging or you're not valuing yourself enough, and that you need to change that, okay? For most coaches, what this looks like is a real example, okay? So 25 minutes of DMing ex-clients and warm followers, people that have engaged with you. 25 minutes of following up no-shows or people that were thinking about it. Reach out to those people that, couldn't afford it at the time. Maybe they couldn't afford it before Christmas. They might be back at work now and they're ready to go because they've gotten back in their routine and they're ready to go. 25 minutes of writing and posting one piece of content that speaks directly to the person you want to speak to, okay? Very, very clear on that one person, that one problem that it's going to solve for them. 25 minutes of tidying your offer, working on what you're actually selling and promoting, and that can make a huge difference. That right there is about just over 90 minutes. It's about an hour and 45. And what you'll find is that there, you could break it up into 2 lots a day, 4 lots a day, just spread out through the day. You do that for 30 days straight, and 100% you'll be ahead of 99% of the industry, okay? All you got to do is no multitasking, no notifications, no just checking something, no going to work on a program, bits and pieces here. One focused task for 25 minutes. Complete it, cool. Go do what you want after that if you need to. Go for a walk, do your steps, whatever. Come back, 25 minutes again, 25 minutes again, 25 minutes again. 1 to 4 times per day, just 25 minutes of pure focused work, and you'll find that your skill set starts to improve a lot, okay? You're actually training the skill set of focus here. Now, what this looks like for most people, let's lock it into reality. I want you to answer these out loud or on paper, write it down. How many 25-minute blocks can you honestly commit to per day for the next 7 days, okay? 1, 2, or 3. Pick a number you actually do. Okay, if you're just starting at this, I recommend 1. And you might find out, hey, shit, I was actually starting to get on the roll there. Cool, let's go 2. Okay, so start lower and build your way up. Next, what time of day gives you the best odds of executing, okay? This is not your ideal self, this is your real one, okay? So this could be before you do your clients in the morning, okay? Sometimes you might coach back to back for 4 hours, or you're doing check-ins, online programs, you're doing stuff and you're like, shit, I just find I'm drained after that and I don't really feel like doing this other stuff. Do it before. Get up half an hour before and go and get it done earlier, okay? It might be morning. It could be between sessions. Sometimes I'm like, cool, just finish a couple of clients, bang it out straight away. I'm already in the flow. I'm already in the zone. I'm thinking about what these guys want. Might be at the end of the day. You're like, hey, I actually feel pretty charged up after talking to people. Maybe you're a bit more extroverted and you're like, after talking to people all day, you're just pumping. Go and talk to more, do more money work, okay? But find the time of day that gives you the best odds of executing this in the best way. Now, the most important question, which 1 or 2 tasks tied to your biggest leak will you do in those blocks, okay? Are you missing lead? Are you missing consultations? Are you missing new clients? Are you finding that your clients are coming in, but they're also leaving? Which 1 or 2 tasks are you going to work on to make sure that you fix that leak in your bucket, okay? Decide now and then schedule it. What days of the week are you going to do this? The exact time, the exact task, okay? Example of this could be Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8:25, you do all your follow-ups. 8:30 to 8:55, you do all your content, okay? 9 till 9:30, you do all your outreach, okay? Then it could be 9:30 till 10, you do follow-up leads, okay? Stuff like that. Once it's scheduled, it's no longer optional, okay? If this is in your calendar, you'll find that it's executed more often, and you can take an honest look at the end of the week and say, hey, how did I go with each of these blocks? Is this fixing the leak in the bucket that I need? Is that the sort of thing? Am I working at the level that needs to be worked at, okay? So let's recap this cleanly. Money work is real week. You pick one leak that's in your business, okay? You pick one standard. What is the standards that I'm going to operate at? How am I going to get myself in the best possible state so that I can be hyper productive? Then you're going to pick 1 to 3 daily 25-minute work blocks. That's all it is. It's somewhere between 25 minutes and 140 minutes of work per day to grow your business. Not much. It's not much. That's the system. It's not sexy. It's not complicated, but it is very, very effective. If you want help picking your blocks, scheduling them properly, and actually sticking to this, DM me Money Work on Instagram. I'll send you my Money Work GPT, which will help you unpack exactly where you need to focus, what you're working on, and also show you how we run this inside our craft as well. Hope you got a lot from that. Make sure you go and execute right now and reach out for that GPT. Let's go.